Good morning, guys. So I'm going to continue with the read aloud, even though I've already read this. I guess practice makes perfect. Look, I did my nails. Um, that you're all excited. So here we go with Wildfire. And it's chapter 15, The Fart Heard Around the World. So if you remember, Delphi and Sam are at a cabin. They found a cabin in the woods. We're sitting on the screen porch in the dark, both of us groaning because our stomachs are so full. Cold beans and franks may not sound appetizing, but it is if you're starving. And the beans weren't really cold, not in this heat. Must be 90 degrees with the sun down. To top it off, we each ate a can of brown bread, and even without butter, it was delicious. Delphi, contented, said, "This is the fullest I've been since before Camp Fatness and all those so-called healthy meals. It feels good not to be hungry. I don't know about the other campers, but you're not, fat or anything. You're tall for a girl, that's all. Tall and big and strong, but definitely not, overweight." Ha! Tall and big and strong. Just what every girl wants to hear. I'm serious. Let's talk about something else. She leans back in her porch rocker and massages her sore ankle. It's so dark, the world outside the porch might as well have been a pool of black ink. No stars, and the smell of smoke remains faint and distant, which means we don't have to worry about the fire. Not right this minute, anyhow. Delphi clears her throat. Know what I want more than anything? A hot shower to wash my hair. I smell like a dirt ball, and everything feels gross. Like I've been dipped in grease and then rolled around in dirt. Ugh. No plumbing in this cabin, but tomorrow morning, first light, we can wash up in the pond. That would be cool. So what do you want more than anything? No need to think about that. Call my mom. Her expression softens. What would you tell her? That I'm okay and not to worry. Delphi nods. I wish it was true, that there's nothing to worry about. How far away are we from the fire? Miles, I hope. That DJ on the radio said it was spreading a mile an hour, so every time we stop moving, it might be catching up, right? I shake my head because I know what she's about to ask. No way, we can't drive at night, not on that trail. We'd wreck the Jeep and then we'd be toast. No, totally, I get it. Unless you think you can drive at night on a trail we don't know. Hey, Sam, I can't drive at all, okay? No clue. I'm not like being critical or anything. I'm just worried. And she sighs. So if the fire does catch up, can't we just jump in the pond? I think about it. Maybe if that's our only option, it's risky. Our camp counselor told us it's better to find another way out if possible. Even in a pond, if you're not far away from the burning shoreline, the smoke from the big fire might make it too hard to breathe. It depends on if we want to burn to death or die of smoke inhalation. Great choice. Don't worry, Delphi. The fire can't catch us, not as long as we have the Jeep. Thanks, Sam. What do we do next? Before the lumber camp burned, I had a plan. I was going to chop down some birch saplings and make a big help sign that could be seen from the air. She perks up. That's a great idea, except I haven't heard any search planes overhead, have you? Or helicopters. No, but somebody has to be looking for us, right? Unless they think we're dead. There's a bunch of camps on Lake Wabanaki. Your camp and my camp and the YMCA on the far side of the lake, plus lots of summer cottages. What I mean is, the fire came up so fast we can't be the only ones missing. True. I hope you make the sign if you think it might help. Awesome. We sit there in the dark for a while, not saying anything, and at first it feels awkward, and then I kind of relax into silence. People don't have to talk every second. They can just be quiet together. Not perfectly quiet, though, because my stomach is rumbling, which is embarrassing. Not that Delphi says anything about it. To cover up the rumble, I ask if she has any brothers or sisters. She nods. Angie and Callista, 5 years younger. They're twins. Not identical, but they might as well be. They had their own language until they were like 6 years old. They still call me the BFG, or GG for short. BFG? Big friendly giant, she laughs. They love that book so much, I guess I should be flattered. What about you? It's just me and Mom. I leave it at that. Did your parents make you go to camp? Is that why you wanted to run away? She jerks back, offended. Who says I was running away? I got lost in the woods, that's all. Okay, sorry. Not something she wants to discuss, obviously. It was my dad's idea to try a fitness camp, she continues, especially the volleyball program. He wants me to use my tall. Turns out I like track better, but volleyball is okay. Use your tall? Like, embrace it. Dad is 6'5". He thinks it's cool having a tall daughter. Says he wants me to have altitude instead of attitude. Sounds like a cool guy. My dad, he wouldn't know cool if it bit him on the butt. That makes me chuckle. You're pretty funny, you know that? So now I'm big and tall and funny. That's just great. I sigh. I'm never going to beat you, am I? Never, ever, ever, except that little man. Hey, except that average-heighted boy for his age. Even in the dark, I can tell she's grinning. She likes it. Us bouncing stuff off each other, making wisecracks. I never had a big sister, but maybe this is what it's like. I've got a plan, she says. You know what my plan is? My plan is tomorrow we get rescued. Great, that's my plan too. And then it happens. Without warning or any way to stop it, I let one rip. I mean, really rip. It sounds like an out-of-control whoopee cushion, venting loud and long, like a not-so-distant artillery barrage. Like, oh, never mind. You know what it sounds like. When at long last it's over, I gasp and say the first thing that comes to my mind. Beans? That does it. Delphi goes bonkers, and then I'm laughing too, and it's like contagious or something. We can't stop. We keep laughing and giggling until we're out of breath, and then Delphi snickers and shouts, "Beans!" and we start laughing all over again. Laughing until my stomach hurts so bad I have to jam my fist in my mouth to stop the giggles. "Beans, beans, the musical fruit," she chants. "Stop, I beg, don't. The more you eat, the more you toot." I never knew you could laugh yourself to sleep, but you can under the right circumstances. Day 3. Chapter 16, The Sound of Engines. In my dream, an angry wasp is buzzing around my head, but for some reason my hands don't work. They're too heavy to lift, so I can't stop the wasp. What if it gets in my ear? What if it stings my brain? That's what wakes me up, fear of a stung brain. I'm lying on the porch with a cushion for a pillow. There's some light in the sky, but not much. A little after dawn is my guess, and the air feels super hot and syrup thick. Gusts of wind rattle the trees. I sit up feeling sore from the hard porch floor and look around. Delphi is slumped in the rocker, still sound asleep. I stand up carefully, not wanting to wake her, and search for the wasp buzzing against the screens. Because I didn't dream that part, there really is an insect noise. No, wait, not an insect. A distant engine, like a chainsaw, or maybe a dirt bike. It fades in and out with the wind, but there's more than one engine, 2 at least. My heart starts slamming. People, they're finally coming to rescue us, cutting a path through the woods. I shake Delphi. She lurches awake and not happily. Hey, what are you doing? Leave me alone. Listen, can you hear that? She grabs her stick and gets to her feet, wincing from the pain in her swollen ankle. I help her down from the porch, and we make our way through the meadow down toward the pond, toward the sound of gunning engines. As we get closer to the pond, we see flashes on the opposite side of the shore. Not a light, but fast-moving shapes. And then I notice what we missed last evening in the fading sunset. Part of a roof and a chimney visible through the trees swaying in the wind. There's a good-sized summer house on the opposite shore, and the shapes that are moving fast are a couple of dirt bikes zooming around the property. Above the noises of the revving engines, we can hear the riders whooping it up and shouting, "Away, away!" or something like that. Hard to tell exactly. We should yell back, and Delphi drops her stick and waves her arms. Wait, not yet. I've got a bad feeling about those wild riders. Why are they circling the house and whooping it up? Why are they celebrating? Are they having a party? Delphi, ignoring my caution, shouts, "Hey, hey, over here across the pond, help, help, help." The bikers keep zooming around the house, vanishing into the trees and then reappearing. Maybe they can't hear her above the scream of their engines. What happens next makes my blood run cold. An orange light comes on inside the house, making a window glint. The light grows quickly, filling the house, getting brighter and brighter. And then it bursts through the roof as orange flames leaping into the sky, lighting up the tall pine trees. Fire exploding from the house and spreading fast, driven by the wind. Delphi, we have to get out of here. They saw us for sure. She's staring at the fire as if she can't believe it. Her hope of rescue is going up in flames. Across the pond, one of the dirt bike riders comes to the edge of the water looking directly at us. He raises his arm and points wildly. The other rider suddenly roars up beside him, and then they zoom off, vanishing into the woods ahead of the fire. Do they know about the Jeep? Maybe spotted it from the logging trail as they zoomed around the pond to have their fun. No time to think about. Concentrate on getting away from the fire. The fire. The fire. The fire grows like a thing alive, doubling every few seconds, getting hotter and brighter, until the whole pond glows orange and red, like there's a fire inside the pond. A wave of intense heat scorches the air. Black smoke spreads across the pond like night fog, but way more deadly. Fog you can breathe, but not hot smoke. The weird thing is, it's so beautiful you can't stop watching it. Delphi! She turns to me, blinking her eyes as if she's just woken up from a dream. We have to go. They might be trying to find us. They might have seen the Jeep. They're the ones, she said. They started this whole thing. Probably, come on. She grabs hold of my shoulder and uses her stick for balance. We limp run up the meadow, away from the pond, away from the fire. Delphi insists on retrieving her backpack, and I keep urging her to hurry. We have to get the Jeep before the dirt bike riders find us. I don't know how, but I know they're coming for us.